Hello. Hold on.
Oh, look at it. She bought that. Period.
What's the craziest conspiracy theory you think about, but you wouldn't tell nobody?
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
You got one tapped in? Craziest conspiracy theory. Pizzagate. They all did that shit. They got the island. Yeah, Bill Gates. Goddamn the first lady. Goddamn the Trump. Yeah, all of them. They tapped in.
Hey, Mike, what's your worst breakup story?
My worst breakup story? I caught him in bed cheating. I whooped that.
Oh man. That's sad now.
Hey.
All right, next question. What's heavier, a pound of pillows or a pound of pennies?
A pound of pennies.
Pound of pennies. This is the last one.
He can't even say it. He's getting dialed.
I'm not going to answer that question. Yo, welcome to the New Normal Podcast. I want to tell everybody thank y'all for tuning in. If you just came through the door, make sure you like the video, make sure you share the video, and make sure you subscribe to all social media platforms. Today, we're going to be talking about Mr. Putin over there. The reason we're going to be talking about Vladimir Putin is because he's talking about using nuclear bombs. I am so terrified, and y'all should be terrified too. I know we still upset about the election that happened 2 weeks ago, but we should be on to more important things, more pertinent things in our lives right now. Y'all put in the comment section a 1 if you can hear me good. Put in a two in the comment section if you can't hear me very well. The reason we having this conversation today is because there's a lot of things going on, and I really really hate that Joe Biden went and did that bull crap that he did by allowing Ukraine to use those missiles that they got from America. Now, I was just watching the video, and I don't have the video here to play for y'all, but I was watching the video, and I think the prime minister was saying something about that the only way that those missiles can be used has to have some type of American assistance to shoot those missiles into Russia. I'm going to say that again. Those missiles have to be used by American technology or have some type of American assistance to shoot those missiles in Russia. I want to tell you, Mr. Vladimir Putin, that we over here in America has voted Joe Biden and the Democratic Party out. I want to tell you this, and I want to say it bluntly. We don't F with Joe Biden. If you go and peruse X or Twitter just a little bit, you can see that is a big consensus on how the Democratic Party has been running this government for the last 4 years. If you're watching and you want to donate to my channel or to my podcast so we can buy Vladimir Putin a nice gift, and we're going to wrap it up really nice, and we're going to mail it to his address, and we're going to tell him that we sorry, and we ain't got nothing to do with it, because I don't want to have World War III. It's going to be a lot of bull crap that's going to affect Americans, and I know a lot of people think that it's not going to affect America, but it will. A lot of people like to talk about the presidency doesn't affect us that much, but I think now, when so many people are getting reeled in with politics, especially the presidential side and what's going on with the president and overseas, because I'm the person that believes, why should I care about what's going on in Ukraine and what's going on in Russia until they tell us, hey, well, Americans gave the green light for Ukraine to use those missiles and blow up bases in Russia, and they assisted to do this. Now, from what I hear, they said, Putin said, okay, well, I understand that there is different people running the government right now. So I might hold off on blowing y'all ass up and hitting that red button. But from things that I've seen, the reports that I've seen, they said Putin said he will retaliate with a nuclear weapon before Christmas time. That's what I heard. Don't know if it's true. Can't confirm it. Just seen a lot of people talking about it. But I'm not trying to fearmonger anybody. I'm just saying we should all come together. We should all have something gift wrapped in a bow to send to Putin and just tell him that we sorry. We didn't mean to do it. We ain't trying to go to war with nobody. Most Americans just want to be able to feed their family, go to work, and do what they need to do over here. We don't want to have migrants raping our children like Lincoln Riley. We don't want the borders to be secure. We want water in Flint, Michigan to be pure. We want just simple things over here, and nobody really cares about what y'all got going on over there in Israel, over in Palestine. I just seen a dude have a shirt on that says gays for Palestine. Now, I know that's oxymoronic, because if you go over there with that type of shirt on, they probably will behead you or stone you because you gay. But if you want to be over here in America, because this is the land of the free and stupid, we let people just go and protest over stuff they don't fully understand. Because I keep listening to a lot of people talk about they for pro-Israel, pro-Palestine. And most of the people that's for these things is either for a religious reason, or they just want to have a cause to be upset with, or they anti-Semitic or whatever. Well, these names and isms and these buzzwords that they throw out to make people upset, to make people war with each other, to make people mad at one another, when we need to be coming together to make sure that we're all on one accord. Now, if you are over there on Twitter, I see a lot of people over there watching on X. I'll make sure y'all come over here to YouTube, because we're having a good conversation today. And like I said, for Mr. Vladimir Putin, I don't have no part on it. If you can, just miss Alabama with the nuclear weapon. Blow all the other. I'm gonna tell y'all the best places to blow up: California and New York. Vladimir, California and New York, we will sacrifice California and New York. It's a cesspool in these places. They pretty much run how America runs, but nobody really thinks like that. It's a weird places. They dirty, nasty, filthy. They have people living on the streets, but they be doing a lot of bullshit. And I'm going to say this. We want you to blow California and New York up. America would be a better place if we got rid of those two states. Just miss Alabama. I'm in Alabama. Miss Alabama for me. That's all I pray for. That's all I wish. And I know that sounds crazy, but if you can make a nuclear bomb, I know y'all button ain't really as accurate over there at certain distances. Y'all ain't sophisticated as America, but just shoot high enough to just, or west enough to not hit Alabama, where radiation don't fuck with us over here and all that, because nobody needs to go to New York and California anyways. They said it's supposed to be sinking in the water. That's just how I feel. Now, you might feel different, but I'm just saying this is for Vladimir Putin. Don't use the nuclear weapons. We can resolve this. You and Trump and Zelensky. Vladimir Putin is going for broke because he already started this. He don't want to seem like he a bitch or a hoe that can't take over a little bit of Ukraine. So that's all I have to say. Put in the comment section if you're okay with, Ukraine or this war. Do you think we should go to war with them or whatnot? Do you think we should be in war with them? Do you think America should be the people that comes to everybody's aid? That's another thing I don't like. I don't like that we got to come to everybody's aid and give them money to support themselves. If they can't support themselves and they can't fight, they deserve to get their ass whooped. This is how I view it. Now, people might say that's messed up, but I feel like if we're going to have allies that we support, they should be able to give us some type of support, because once again, that we need somebody to come over here and give us $8 billion because we need some weapons. Ukraine is not going to be the person to do this. And now they're saying NATO is sending troops, and we got North Korea sending troops to help Putin. So like I said, it's a lot of stuff going on. It looked like World War III is inevitable. Joe Biden wanted to give him the green light before he got out of office, because he wanted to make it hard on the Trump administration when they come in to clean up all his bullshit. Like I said, it's messed up. I pray for everybody. Keep y'all head on the swivel. Stay prayed up to whoever you pray for, and make sure that we don't get the human existence doesn't get wiped off this planet because of what is going on overseas. Now in America, we having our own war over here with all the immigrants, and we're gonna talk about Lake and Riley's trial later on in the show. Well, like I said, I got a jam-packed video for y'all. We're gonna talk about the gangs in Chicago. We're gonna be talking about Kamala Harris. They said she's the front runner for 2028. We're gonna be talking about Tyrese crying. Well, he's not crying this time. I take that back. We're going to talk about Tyrese complaining about child support. We're going to talk about a gay dude crying in his car because he got misgendered. And we're going to watch Trump's message that he had to say about everything that's going on. And we're going to watch that right now.
We have never been closer to World War III than we are today under Joe Biden. A global conflict between nuclear-armed powers would mean death and destruction on a scale unmatched in human history. It would be nuclear Armageddon. Nothing is more important than avoiding that nightmare. We will avoid it, but we need new leadership. Every day this proxy battle in Ukraine continues, we risk global war. We must be absolutely clear that our objective is to immediately have a total cessation of hostilities. All shooting has to stop. This is the central issue. We need peace without delay. In addition, there must also be a complete commitment to dismantling the entire globalist neocon establishment that is perpetually dragging us into endless wars, pretending to fight for freedom and democracy abroad, while they turn us into a third world country and a third world dictatorship right here at home. The State Department, the defense bureaucracy, the intelligence services, and all of the rest need to be completely overhauled and reconstituted to fire the deep staters and put America first.
Yes, this is what we need, because we need to clean out everybody that's warmongering, that want to send everybody's son and daughters to war to die for these old man and rich people wars. It needs to be completely overhauled, gutted, and drain the swamp, because like I said, we have too many of these people that's been lifelong politicians, and they tell us they want to start the draft back, but their children don't have to go over there and fight because of nepotism of the positions that they hold. But they okay with sending your kid over there to fight for America or to die, or because they trying to extort the resources out of these lands. That's messed up, if you ask me. Now you got to think about it. Most people had this idea when they joined the military, where they used to, that it was a noble thing to die for your country, patriotism, all of this. But nowadays, people are just going to the military to get sex changes. Sounds crazy, but people were at one point in time going to the military to get sex changes. I'm not saying that it's all of them, but for the most part, when people joined the military, it was all for one thing. It was because I wanted to fight for my country, or I was in a situation where I knew the government would take care of me. So I ended up joining the military and thought I could do something that was going to help my country out as well. Now we got all these weird fringe movements and things why people want to join the military. Like I said, the military is not what it used to be. Don't be sending y'all kids out here to just to be a bullet catcher for $20,000. That makes no sense. And like I said, while these politicians' children get to go sit on boats and yachts for the summertime, drinking beers and getting DUIs, and just because their parents is who their parents are, they getting off with a slap on the wrist. Don't set yourself up like that.
We have to put America first. Finally, we have to finish the process we began under my administration of fundamentally reevaluating NATO's purpose and NATO's mission. Our foreign policy establishment keeps trying to pull the world into conflict with a nuclear-armed Russia based on the lie that Russia represents our greatest threat. But the greatest threat to Western civilization today is not Russia. It's probably, more than anything else, ourselves and some of the horrible USA-hating people that represent us. It's the abolition of our national borders. It's the failure to police our own cities. It's the destruction of the rule of law from within. It's the collapse of the nuclear family, and fertility rates like nobody can believe is happening. It's the Marxists who would have us become a godless nation worshiping at the altar of race and gender and environment. And it's the globalist class that has made us totally dependent on China and other foreign countries that basically hate us.
And that's another reason that we have these wars and people are jumping out their window to do this, because America gives so much to the world. It's getting to the point where we have the big stick and we don't ever use it. We got the big stick and we don't ever use it now. And nowadays, we always had the tag of being a bully, but now it seems like America wants to turn over the leaf and be the big brother to everybody, which to me is how people end up getting power. Because now that you look, now you have China, now you got Russia, now you got all these places that want to come together and side just to take down America, because America has so much hate, especially in the Muslim countries. They always told us Russia, Russia, Russia. We've seen all the movies that we grew up on, that America and Russia beefing with each other and fighting with the Soviet Union and stuff like that. But truth be told, our biggest debt to the world is to China. Like, China really is running America, truth be told. They buying up a whole bunch of farmland in America. You can look this up. China has bought up a whole bunch of farmland. Just think about if you was an American trying to go to China and buy up thousands of acres at a time in China. Just think if you went to China or Russia and tried to sit on there and be part of their Congress. They would never let nothing like that happen. But we let people over here that's not even born in America sit on our in our Congress and the Senate and the House and stuff like that. That's crazy that we allow that to happen. But I know they said they were trying to change that, and you have to be born in America to even hold any of these positions or seats, which they should have already been did.
These globalists want to squander all of America's strength, blood, and treasure, chasing monsters and phantoms overseas while keeping us distracted from the havoc they're creating right here at home. These forces are doing more damage to America than Russia and China could ever have dreamed. Evicting the sick and corrupt establishment is the monumental task for the next president. And I am the only one who can do it. I'm the only one that can get the job done. I know exactly what has to be done.
Y'all make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all share the video. Let me get out here, because I know when that name comes up on YouTube, you can't play it no more. And the reason they don't let you, play, Alex Jones thing is because, Alex Jones, he's a third rail. He's a conspiracy theorist, but most of the stuff that he says come true. Now, that Sandy Hook stuff, now that was bad. I'm not gonna lie, it tainted his reputation. But also, if you look into that case a little bit more, they didn't allow a lot of stuff in when it came to his case now. And supposedly the Onion was supposed to be buying his InfoWars, but doesn't seem like that's happening. So the next that we're going to talk about is Laken Riley. If y'all don't know who Laken Riley is, it's a young lady that got raped and murdered. And the reason we're talking about this is because we need more. These are the things that we need to be concerned about in America before we start being concerned about what's going on over there in Ukraine. This is what we need to be more concerned about. Now, this video is kind of long that we want to watch, but it's a good video nonetheless. Like, if you don't know who she is, y'all need to listen to like the mother's phone calls to her and the text message that the mother was sending to her. And as a person that has 2 children, it'll be heartbreaking to know that just from bad policy, where we pay all these tax dollars and give a whole bunch of stuff to people that they don't even protect our borders enough, that we won't have people coming to our country, taking us out, trying to do bad things to us, and rape your daughter, kill her. She go for just a simple jog and never make it back home. Things and natural activities that we're supposed to be able to do in life that we have to be fearful and worried about because our government has failed us, and they will put you in jail if you don't pay taxes. Just think about that. You're actually paying taxes to have some type of security, some type of sanity, some type of normalcy in your country, but The government is not doing its job. So much so that they sued Texas. So Texas couldn't protect its border. So much so that they're flying planes and putting these migrants or these illegals in certain cities. They said up to 20 million, 25 million migrants have crossed the border. I just watched a video, I think it was a CNN video of them going to a Venezuelan prison to look at the prisons because people kept saying they was emptying out their prisons. Prisons are completely empty. That they are letting their trash out of their prisons and putting it over here in America. And that's why we have so many of these gang violence happening. I just reviewed a video last week in some gangs in Tennessee. Gangs in Tennessee. Not like black gangs, American gangs. We're talking about Venezuelan gangs fighting each other in the streets of Tennessee. They brought their gang wars over here, and we're allowing this to happen in America. Take over apartment complexes. In New York, these migrants and illegals are protesting. How are y'all protesting and telling us y'all not going home and y'all going to make changes over here? But y'all didn't decide to make changes over there in Mexico. You know why? Because Mexico, their police and their military is way more lawless and will shoot you in the street if you think you're finna protest. Over in America, we don't do stuff like that. And we need to reconsider so we can get some more law and order over here.
We began with Ibarra's roommate testifying that Jose Ibarra was given a free ride to a fancy New York hotel in Georgia on a Biden administration-sponsored flight. He was at the Roosevelt Hotel, then takes a flight from New York to Georgia, where he allegedly kills Laken Riley. Listen
to this. The Roosevelt Hotel. This ain't no rinky-dink hotel that they just putting the migrants in. Like I told y'all, the LA Dodgers had to stay in a like a one-star hotel when they had to go to New York and play baseball because all of the hotels are renting out their rooms because they got all these stipends, basically like some Section 8 vouchers to house the migrants. Your own American citizens can't stay in luxury, or these baseball teams can't stay where they need to stay because y'all are housing migrants. So much so that they house migrants, then giving them free plane tickets. Just think about you being an American citizen and you can't get a free plane ticket to enjoy what America has to offer you, but they can fly a migrant from New York to Georgia, and this person ends up killing someone.
And how did you get to Athens?
¿Y cómo llegaron a Athens?
En Nueva York pedimos en Manhattan.
In New York, we asked in Manhattan.
En el Hotel Roosevelt.
And Hotel Roofing? Roosevelt.
De Manhattan pedimos un vuelo humanitario aquí hasta Atlanta.
In Manhattan, we requested for a humanitarian flight to come here to Atlanta.
A humanitarian flight. Isn't that nice? Well, once in Georgia, prosecutors say he, quote, went hunting for females and allegedly murdered Laken Riley. Now, stories like hers are the driving force behind President-elect Trump's mass deportation plan, but Democrats are vowing to resist it, to fight it, and are apparently...
If y'all watching, y'all make sure y'all like the video. Hey, it's a lot of people over there on X right now watching. Y'all make sure y'all like the video. Y'all make sure y'all reshare, repost the video. Let's get the message out there. Help me grow my page. If y'all want to come over here on YouTube, or YouTube or Rumble, so I can see y'all comments or y'all can like the video. Also, if you're watching over there on Rumble, make sure y'all like the video on Rumble and make sure y'all share the video over there as well.
More concerned about protecting illegal immigrants than your daughters, your sons, your families.
We will not be participating in misguided efforts that harm our communities, and I've been incredibly clear about that.
If the Trump administration...
Now listen to all of these governors saying they're not going to help deport illegals, and we know what these people are doing. Listen to all of these governors that said they're not going to help deport illegals. This is crazy.
Requested, would the Massachusetts State Police assist in mass deportations?
No, absolutely not.
The president-elect, former President Trump, his threat is not just towards new arrivals and undocumented families. We're going to stand up, we're going to protect undocumented individuals.
When people talk, especially elected officials, about the issue
I can't stand AOC. I really don't like her.
of undocumented Americans, one thing that we can say is that we agree. Being undocumented is a problem. But our solution, instead of turning the military on our own people, is to document.
They're not our people. They're undocumented. They're illegal. It is crazy that how we are allowing so much lawlessness to happen in America. Just think about this. These people can come across the border, and which is breaking the law. But if you speed too fast, you got to go get a ticket. And if you go driving so far over the speed limit, they could take your license or put you in jail for reckless driving. Just think about what's going on. You as a citizen, somebody that pays taxes here, somebody that's a patriot of America, somebody that actually loves to be here, and a law-abiding citizen have to walk pretty much on eggshells because you can really break the law at any time in America. Let's just be real about it. You can break the law at any time, but the people that we know are breaking the law. Y'all telling me y'all are protecting these people when we got people in California staying in tents, people like in my city living under bridges. It got so bad in my city that our mayor and the mayor of Memphis were playing basically ping pong. They were playing ping pong with the homeless people. And what I mean by that they would give vouchers to the homeless people to send them up to Memphis. They mayor in Memphis would send them right back down here. They would just keep sending them. Say we have a big event, they would get vouchers. They'll put them on the Greyhound bus. Hey, y'all go to Memphis for the weekend. By the time the event that we got going on down here in Birmingham that's big, they'll be back Monday or Tuesday. This is crazy that we ain't even got them. We got a mayor in Chicago that we just seen, Brandon Johnson, don't even want to send his migrants there, but want to raise the property tax on the people. But the people that voted, they voted red, and I played the video. We had a bunch of black people, and now, like I tell y'all, they not gonna tell y'all the truth of how many black people actually voted for Donald Trump. They talking about 90% of black women voted for Trump. I think that number is way lower because I've been seeing too many women, black women on my timeline saying they voted for Donald Trump for it to be 90%. If 90% of black women voted for Donald, didn't voted for Kamala, that means it will damn near be non-existent of the women that I would see on my timeline saying they voted for Donald Trump. So in Chicago, they told them, the black women, and I hated that we got black women that had to stand up and be the forefront and the faces, because I don't see any men. Well, I've been seeing them lately. I'm gonna take that back, but I was finna overspeak. But for the most part, I was seeing nothing but black women going out there in the city council meetings, speaking up. And they told them, they said, hey, y'all keep pushing. We're gonna make sure we get Trump in here to audit y'all because we know y'all stealing the money. There's no reason for y'all to be $1 billion in debt and tell us y'all gonna raise these property taxes $300 million. We know y'all stealing the money. Let's go. If y'all want to keep playing, we're gonna call them in here so they can audit y'all and put y'all that look like me having issues with the people that's quote unquote for the black people, the Democratic Party, and we know the Democratic Party started the KKK. And I'd be like, why do y'all keep voting for these same people? When LBJ said, you give me these programs, I'm going to have these niggas voting this way for the next 200 years, and y'all still ain't left the Democratic plantation. And I ain't saying that means you got to vote Republican. You can vote whatever's best for you, but don't just be loyal to a people that hasn't earned your vote. That's like getting into a relationship. Why would you be in a relationship with anybody that hasn't earned your time, effort, and your loyalty, or even your body to be in that relationship with them? Especially for extended periods of time. If they ain't proved themselves year in after year in and at the year end, then why are you with them or continue to still be with them? That makes no sense.
Document them. To document the undocumented.
What we can do is make sure that we are doing our part to protect our residents in every possible.
Like I said, if you over there on X, come over here on YouTube if you can. Make sure y'all repost the video. Make sure y'all share it. Let's get the message out there. Help me grow my channel. Thank y'all very much.
way, that we are not cooperating with those efforts that actually threaten the safety of everyone by causing widespread fear and having large-scale economic impact.
So the mayor of Boston, that was Miss Wu, wants to protect residents. Oh, wait, well, residents, citizens like Laken Riley were not protected down in Georgia. Emily, fancy flights is what our taxpayer dollars went to. Fancy hotels, our taxpayer dollars went to. Laken Riley's family is a tax-paying family. Their taxpayer dollars went to enabling the murder of their daughter. I know that sounds harsh, but these are taxpayer dollars that enabled a murder.
Our taxpayer dollars. The government has no income other than our taxpayer dollars. And the reality is that, much like forensic accounting and other crimes and other litigation, you can absolutely trace, just like we traced ghost guns, just like we trace everything ultimately from the seed of fraud and the butterfly. And frankly, one life matters just as much as hundreds of thousands and millions. And so the fact that the mainstream media has been complicit in covering this up, I have on my phone a collection in preparation for this show of notes where NBC called it unfounded lies. The ACLU said lie after lie after lie. The verbs used about President-elect Trump talking about the porous southern border and the impact then, the direct impact on crimes and drugs on our communities and individuals like Laken Riley, the rampant crime has been brushed aside, downplayed, and called outright lies for now 4 years. And this is why the American people stood up and said no more, because they saw with their own eyes the rampant crime in their communities, the ghost flights, the other flights, the lies by the Biden administration of where our taxpayer dollars go. And now the collateral damage is unretrievable, because the collateral damage is lives like Laken Riley,
who had to fight for her life for 18 minutes. 18 minutes is what we know from the watch she was wearing. You know, Harris, I want to pull up a picture of AOC. You'll remember this well. Her at the border. She's dressed in all white. She's crying, tears. This was during the Trump era.
Performative activism. This is what this is called. When they had these photo ops and acting as if they doing something that's going to help the community. These people hold these seats in these positions, and all they're doing is lie in their pocket. They're the new day preachers. That's all they're doing. The new day pimps, players, hustlers.
Era. You know, where are her tears for Laken Riley? Where is the gusto from President Biden to call Laken Riley's family? He was prodded into saying her name at the State of the Union. These tears need to go to American citizens.
Let's show up on Capitol Hill together as outnumbered co-hosts and ask her. Yeah, I think you have to confront people to get the answers, and she's an elected official, so the press coming to her shouldn't be a problem. I would say this. We had another California mayor on today, Will O'Neill, who's in Newport Beach, and he was talking about people who they catch on boats, and he's always so relieved that they catch them out on the water, because if they make it to California, their California laws protect them more than they do the U.S. citizen.
Ain't that insane? We got people that will literally come over here on boats, fresh off the boat, and you get more protection than American citizens get. If that ain't a slap in the face, that's like you having a girlfriend, but she cooked for the neighbor more than she cooked for you. But I'm in here paying all the bills. If somebody run through the door, I'm willing to die for you. But you mean to tell me every time I come home, you can't cook for me, but his belly over there full? Now I'm gonna feel a ways about that. Now me and him, we're gonna have to scrap. It's gonna be some issues. I'm gonna have to leave. Something's gonna have to shake, because this can't keep going on around me. And you call yourself my girl? Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
That's what he said. He said they're given protection from anybody being able to deport them or even know anything about them. He said no way to vet them. People have forgotten even Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi, was attacked by someone who was in the country illegally. I mean, he had a lot
See, I didn't know that. I thought it was his boyfriend.
to say last hour. I respect what the American people said loud and clear. And they were answering back to an offer by then candidate Donald Trump. Back in January, he was saying it. He's going to use the Illegal Aliens Act of 1798 to get rid of people in this country expeditiously. You can look at the litmus test that everybody had to pass under Obama. And that was this, if you committed another crime coming into this country after breaking in illegally, he would deport you, and he did. Got the nickname deporter in chief. Trump's going to keep the promise that he made to American people, and people are expecting him to do that, and even some Democratic mayors would like for him to get with it.
So speaking of that Democratic mayor, in this case of Boston, Mayor Wu, Charles, and then you have the governor of Massachusetts there, Governor Healy, and they're all saying we're going to buck the Trump administration. Let's pull up this ICE.gov headline. This is under the tenure of Biden, by the way. This is Biden's ICE. ERO Boston arrest Colombian citizen charged with sex crimes against child. The next line of that is local jurisdiction refused to honor immigration detainer and released non-citizen back into the community.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all just hear what she just said? You released a child predator back into the community, an illegal already, and they come over here and commit another crime against someone's child, and y'all release them back into the community? You can't tell me this is not a play. You can't tell me that the people that's in these positions, these governors and these mayors, aren't trying to destroy America. You can't tell me. And the people in these states and cities, they just sit around and just let it happen. They just sit around and let it happen. If I pay taxes, I'm telling y'all, the first thing people got to do is understand we control everything because we have the numbers. If your mayor is okay with doing stuff like that and they releasing sexual predators back into the community, if those people don't come together with their guns and going to the mayor house, knocking on his door and dragging him out there and knocking the teeth out his mouth like, hey, you need to make some laws, some shake. Hey, the next time we come back here, you ain't gonna be so lucky. Violence gets stuff did. All that we gonna pray, all that we gonna hope that it had. No, violence gets things done. That's why people go to war. Violence get things did. Violence get things moving. Now, sometimes it's about being smarter, and you got to be strategic how you use certain things. But at the end of the day, if we can't talk it out, if you can't pass policies, laws, if you ain't got the people making sure that they're doing their job to up to par, to make sure everything is running like a well-oiled machine, then that means you got to get more aggressive with your approach and how you get things done in your city.
This is in their community, and they can't find it within themselves to say, let's get the criminals out.
Almost every one of those sound bites, you heard them saying, all these elected officials, we're going to protect our citizens. Someone who broke into this country illegally is not your citizen.
Right.
They committed a crime to get here. Listen, I understand why anybody in the world would want to live in America.
Yep.
But we have rules.
At this point, I don't. America, the American dream, and Lee said this in the comment section last week, the idea of the American dream, the land of the free, the home of the brave, is how they trick us to believing that we're really in the best country in the world, and they tax us. Just think about how much they tax you. Before you get when you get your check, they didn't already took 30% of your dollars. Your drive to work, that's gas money to even do that. And then you got to think about when you go to stores, when you buy houses, think about taxes on land. You buy a house right now. Let's say you pay $150,000 for a house. You still got to pay taxes on the land. They taxing us something so ridiculous in America. It don't make no kind of sense. None whatsoever. You really only get to see probably about 18-20% of your check for yourself. And that's why I don't understand, especially when it comes to relationships, why so many people, even the women, want to talk about this 50-50. I'm not going 50-50 with a man. Okay, cool. Do you understand what you're saying? And do you understand the life that you're putting off and trying to do things by yourself when you could come together with a man or some men or some women? I don't know what you like, whatever you like is what you like, but just coming together and working in tandem with somebody that's making a check and bringing money in that has the same goals and the mindset and morals as you do, you can accomplish a lot.
To get into this country, and when I see these kind of attacks, to a degree, we have to say these elected officials are aiding and abetting, and I mean they have aided and abetted these crimes, these horrific crimes. They're part of it. They've allowed it to happen. They've encouraged it to happen. They put up this sign saying, welcome. If you can get into the country and into my city or my state, I'll protect you.
If you're watching the video, y'all make sure y'all like the video. If you're over there on X, make sure you reshare the video and repost the video. That'll help me out greatly. Thank you.
I mean, they are culpable as like someone robbing a bank and a getaway driver. They're as culpable as that person. And you know, you think about some of the things that they do and use to try to say, hey, this is okay. There was a report that circulated this year about how illegals in this country commit few crimes. But if you looked at the report and you took out folks who came here from Asia on college visas out of the picture, the numbers swelled. I mean, you know, we know that where the criminals are coming from. We know who the criminals are. Right. Why do we keep letting them into this country?
Yeah, and meanwhile, so you have Democrats saying, I'll buck Trump for 500. Now watch the Trump administration say, I'm calling your bluff.
We don't want to work with us and get that out of the way. We want to do it. What it means is we'll just send more, you know, rather than send 100 people to Boston, we'll send 200 agents to Boston. We're going to get the job done. We have a mandate.
You don't want 100, Kara. We'll send 2. That's amazing.
And like I said, they said they going to get the job done. They going to get you out of here. No matter what you think or how you feel, you're going to get out of America. So the next thing I want to talk about is these Chicago teens. The reason I want to talk about these Chicago teens is because this is what they're walking around doing.
You from my block? You sure? I'm positive. What you got on you? Don't run. Come out. Hey, check it out.
Hey, make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all share the video. Repost the video if you're over there on X. If you want to come over here on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And make sure you follow me on all social media platforms and subscribe. Thank you very much.
Come out. Come out. Come out. Don't come back right here. That's how we hit y'all block. On Miles, you come outside and that ass bake. How y'all coming? Button on you. Come here, check it out, Dad. Oh man.
See, and this don't even make sense because I don't even think it's legal to have guns in Chicago. Let me, as a matter of fact, let me look that up. Y'all make sure y'all like the video. Thank y'all for coming in here. Like I said, if you want to support the channel, the Cash App is down there. If you want to hit that super chat for me, let me see. Is it illegal to have guns in Chicago? Okay, so they can have guns in Chicago, but these guys are underage anyways, so it don't really matter. They underage anyways.
You come out, this how we hit y'all shit. This how y'all supposed to hit our shit, you know? One of these little old crib on Miles, come outside, get your ass dropped. Shoot out the window, get your ass dropped. At it.
And like I said, I don't even know why anybody would want to live like this. And the reason I'm showing this after we talking about Lake and Riley and the immigration stuff, there's another video. You see how these guys are talking. These young guys are pre-programmed to feel this way, to be gangster, to be part of this, what they think is supposed to be cool, supposed to be a man, and they feel okay with doing this type of violence to other black men. But any other race of man, they'd be scared to do it, because I played a video on here of illegals in Chicago taking over black neighborhoods and the black men running with their tails tucked between their legs because they're scared of what the illegals will do to them. And the crazy part about it, the black people, the ones that had the guns, illegals had sticks and stuff like that. This is crazy that we're seeing stuff like that. These are the young black men in these communities that ain't trying to protect, ain't trying to run these illegals out, that's taking over your mama old house, the abandoned block, taking over whole neighborhoods, not paying anything, shooting at y'all, doing all kinds of stuff, raping your women and getting off because they know y'all ain't gonna do nothing. Black people, especially young black boys, are pre-programmed to do this type of violence only to other black men.
Back at it. We ain't on phone them, Preston. We ain't on phone them, Preston. Hey, look, we just gonna terrorize the whole city. We making our way around. We making our way around. Fuck your ring camera too. Fuck your ring camera too. Got big hog, know what we do.
And like I said, y'all are underage, definitely. You can hear it in your voice. Y'all nets ain't completely dropped yet. And y'all out here just putting this on the internet. I just not seen what that said. I hope they say CEO. It said I'm on that time all today. Hawk the city. Long live said. Damn, that's my name. I think that said or did that say CEO. But anyways, like I said, we gotta have some people, some men to stand up that take care of the community nowadays, because this don't make no sense that we seeing these type of videos out here with these young boys with these switches shooting up and don't practice shooting the gun, ain't able to control the gun. Y'all 130 pounds soaking wet. Y'all ain't even strong enough to understand what y'all doing. Y'all have such a small outlook on life. Like, you have so much ahead of you, but like I said, in the hood, you are OG at 21. If you make it to 21, you didn't live a long life. And it's sad to say, but if you 21, they call you an OG. Because a lot of black men, I ain't gonna say most, but a lot of black men don't get a chance to see 21. My wife is a principal at a school. She's seeing young boys get found in alleys, 16, 17 years old. Somebody pull up on them and shoot them up. These are the things that we have to, as parents, we got to start parenting better. Because while y'all out, I don't know what time it is, but it looks like it's pretty late outside. I'm assuming for y'all to be walking with ski masks and guns like this, y'all doubt y'all would be y'all be walking like this, and the sun just set. Like I said, it's a scary time to be in America because they're allowing a lot of lawlessness. They don't care about law and order. And I know that's a trigger word because Donald Trump said it, and y'all thought that, especially the black people, so damn goofy. Y'all thought the man was, when he said law and order, that meant take black people to jail or commit crimes against black people. It's sad the time that we living in America. Scary times that we're living in America. Scary, scary time. So scary. We got people out here like this. These are people that's like part of the Democratic Party. Y'all gonna laugh I hope y'all laugh like I laughed when I seen this. I hope y'all laugh like I laughed when I seen this.
Oh my God, guys, I'm so sick of coming on the internet and crying. But guess what just happened to me? Like, you will never guess. Second table of the night, guys. I like, now the old man, he leans in, he's like, what's your name again, young man? Phil, like, what can I do for you? Why do you look like a girl? Why are you wearing earrings? And
see, I know you're supposed to laugh, but this is the mental illness that we are allowing to happen in our community. We just allowing crazy people just to be out here, and then you get upset because you know you got a penis on you, and you mad at a dude saying you like a girl. Come on, bro. This can't be life. We make straight jackets great again. I'm gonna keep saying it. Make straight jackets great again. Liberals need straight jackets.
prancing around with, oh my God, like, I could not even let what a disgusting thing to say, sir. Like, what a disgusting. Well, why do you look like a girl? Like, I had to put my hands up and say, please stop. Like, I have to go back in. I have to finish working. I have to finish my tables. Like, yes, I love it here. Like, I didn't even do anything. Like, I just came to work. Like, yes, I have to wear a stupid fucking wig. Sorry, I dyed my hair. Like, this makes it seem like
Now, y'all know good and damn well.
an actual joke, but this is like real. Like, okay.
This has to be a joke. This got to be a joke. This has to be a joke.
Okay, hi. Welcome to work. What can I get for you? Oh my God.
Like, I know, like I said, we ain't supposed to be laughing at mental illness, but sometimes people just so slow in the things that they do, you just have to laugh. It's because it's so fun and so comical that people deal with these type of issues, and you like, God dang, I can't believe somebody this crazy that they were born with a whole Peter Welker and think they're supposed to have a cootie pop. We need to make straight jackets great again. Y'all didn't let, and somebody said this on the podcast last night, and I've been saying it for a minute. We didn't let the smart kids and the LD kids congregate with each other too much. We didn't let the smart kids and the LD kids congregate with each other too much. Everybody can got a social media. Everybody able to speak on stuff. Everybody get to say stuff and think their points are valid, or they smarter than the average person, or act like they are, like I said, the philosopher, or they are Black Power activists and stuff like that. And have y'all noticed so many of the people that's supposed to be Black Power are always with white people? That is so crazy to me. I was watching Van Jones say something about Black women, then they showed a picture of his white wife and his mixed kids. I'm like, bro, that is awkward. Awkward. I don't get it. You always crying too, Van Jones. Van Jones always crying. He stay crying, and this nigga right here stay crying. These just some crying ass dudes. Like getting on the internet, you see so many people crying, which is ridiculous. Men just crying for no reason. Like, bro, come on now. It don't make no sense for no man to just
baby mama
just be over here crying. And y'all make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all share the video. But we're gonna talk about Tyrese now. The reason we talking about Tyrese is because the baby mama, baby daddy stuff has got to stop. Now, he was married to one of them, I think. I don't think he's been married just to one. I don't know. I think he married one of them, and then the other one, he just a baby mama too, right? But we got to stop this baby mama, baby daddy stuff. Right, social justice warriors. Gambit is in the building. But let's see what Tyrese got to say.
Number 1 and 2. If you ain't learned already, I ain't giving you shit. Like I fought to earn this life, I'm gonna fight to keep it. Not giving it away to nobody. Ain't nobody gonna take this.
Hey, y'all, make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all share the video. Help me grow the page. Pretty please with sugar on top. Thank you.
I'm gonna shoot, stab, and kill over mine. I'm gonna protect this bottom line at all costs. I've earned it, and I'm gonna protect it. I'm gonna protect it as hard as I've earned it.
You got to think about this. I hate in retrospect how people deem protection. And what I mean by that is, if you was gonna do all that to protect it, why you don't protect it on the front end? Why you just don't get the women pregnant? Why don't just not have kids? Why don't you just not get married? That way you ain't got to worry about making videos like this or somebody trying to come get your money after you done all the quote unquote dumb decisions. But they say an ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of the cure. Ain't that how they go?
That goes for all my homies, anybody in my family, anybody I ever marry again. If you think I'm about to just give it to you.
Marry again? At that age, like I'm gonna say this. I think people should try to do 2 marriages in life. You get 2. But after a certain age, 45, if you got married one time and you were 45 years old, what's the point of getting married at 45? If a woman can't have kids, what's the point of marrying her? Like, you could love somebody without marrying them. Like, I can understand why you would want to have kids because of the get married because of kids, because of the legal stuff, and everybody having the same name, and just, you know, trying to show that show your children that, you know, mom and dad is trying to work with each other to make it work, to provide a life for y'all. But if y'all just up here just having sex and taking trips and y'all ain't finna have no kids, there ain't even no point of getting married.
After I worked this hard to get it, you definitely got me confused. You definitely got the wrong one.
Y'all do not feel sorry for Tyrese, because look at this number over here. That's Tyrese's monthly income. He makes $275,000 per month, and she only asked for $10,000.
And see, when women speak, they show their gold diggerism. She only asked for $10,000 a month. Now, the baby in question, I think the baby ain't no more than 5 years old. I don't understand why a kid would need $10,000. And the idea that you got to pay for your child to have the lifestyle that you will kind of have, or whatever they try to say, is crazy. $10,000 is a lot of money for a kid. That's $120,000 a year. I don't understand what you would need $120,000 for a kid by themselves, but that's the law, and men need to speak up, and then men need to fight to lower this child support or get custody of the children.
A month in child support. And let's not forget how when his older daughter graduated from the 9th grade, he gifted her with a Rolls Royce.
That's his other daughter. What they got to do? Like, you got to understand, you don't have to treat your children the same. You supposed to go into feed their necessities. My daughter might can handle a Rolls Royce, but I know I got a other kid that's crazy as hell. He might need a Ford Focus, because I know you're gonna be trying to drive fast. And he got this Ford Focus over here. It's not because I don't love you, not because I don't think you're a good kid. It's just I know you ain't ready yet, but I still want you to have some type of independence. Here go the Ford Focus. You work your way up to it. Like people gotta understand, parenting is not just I gotta give both my kids the same exact thing. That's not how that shit works. It's you need to tailor your parenting to each kid that you got, because both my children are night and day. One way more independent than the other.
His ex-wife was simply asking for the same amount of child support that he paid for his other daughter, but she was being reasonable with him. Well, Tyrese only wants to pay $3,500 a month in child support. The court said that's not reasonable.
Why it ain't? What else do you need to pay for after you got $3,500? Child care, food, clothing. That's it. That's all you need. You need nothing else for that kid. $3,500 is actually still too much, but for what I get it, it's Tyrese. Y'all wanna suck them dry. We got it. That's how y'all got the babies in the first place. But still, we talking about the money. No, you're not gonna get that. $3,500 is cool. 10 is expensive. Like Blake Griffin, I think they said Blake Griffin was paying what, $30,000 a month for child support. That is insane.
Because in one day you make $12,500. Therefore, the child support he had been paying, they said, is not even a full day's work.
Baby mom.
So Forsaken said this right here, and this is a good question. I wonder do the kids grow up and ask, Mama, where did all the money go? You know they do. You know they do. Just like when I was listening to Earthquake talk about how he paid off his child support early to fuck with his baby mama, because he knew that she was living off of it and she was bad with money. And he paid off child support 4 years early. As soon as this kid hit 16, he paid it off. So for 4 years, she basically struggled to keep up her lifestyle, because when he paid her that lump sum, it messed her lifestyle up, because actually he was basically funding her life, and that check every month was actually pacing her out so she wouldn't blow through the money. But he did it out of spite. And it's crazy that we've seen a lot more men paying child support in lump sums ahead of time, ahead of the 18-year date, to spite the mothers. And it's crazy that I know it sounds crazy, I'm paying you to hurt you, but at the long run, that's what it really is. And like I said, child support, we gotta have a real conversation about how, like, men, Y'all need to speak up about child support. And like I said, child support is a crazy thing that it's the only court that you can't really appeal what the judge orders. It's all a money grab. It's all to use the men, the men's sexual nature to punish them. Because you got to think about this. I always say this: if she need help, the woman need help, she get government assistance. If I need help, they gonna put me in jail. Well, how I'm gonna pay anything when I'm sitting here in jail? How I'm gonna get any kind of money when now that I got to go to jail, you made me lose my job? That don't even make sense. They don't even put you in jail. They don't even put you in jail if you owe. You can file. Listen to this, you can file bankruptcy on thousands of dollars. You can file bankruptcy and just pay $1,300, go to court, and you'll be done. Up to about $100,000, I think, where you could just pay, and you don't owe anything. You don't have to pay none of that back. You just pay your lawyer, you pay the court costs, and it's done. You don't go to jail for that. But you mean to tell me I go to jail for not paying it? And you got to think about this: $120,000 times 10. That's like a $1.2 million right there. That's just 10 years of paying $10,000 a month. What does a kid need with in 10 years? $1.2 million. That's by the time he get done, that's $2 million. He was gonna be paid in child support. That is crazy. That shit is expensive. I don't know why anybody was signing up to do this, especially a rich man. Like if you know you got them now, if you get married and you ain't had no money, you work and end up getting some money, that's different. But if you're a person that got the money and you decide to get a woman pregnant or get married to her, that is crazy to do. And the reason being, you got to be like Ludacris. You got to know, like, if you're going to get this woman pregnant, you got to be ready to fight it out in the court or know somebody in the court, because they said Ludacris baby mama said he cool with the judge in Atlanta. That's how he got his kids. Sometimes it's good to make those connections. Sometimes you got to make some phone calls. Sometimes you got to do some underhanded stuff to get your child, because at the end of the day, you know you ain't finna spend that type of money. And what's even crazier, when men have custody of the children, they don't even want child support from the woman. So that's why you got to ask yourself, why don't the judge just award the child to the man? He probably ain't gonna ask for child support, even though he's entitled to it. Just get a kid to the man, and statistically the child is going to fare better. We got plenty of statistics that show this. But like I said, they don't care about children. They don't care about Americans. They don't care about our health. They just want to put everybody out there to fend for themselves, that you paying tax dollars for everything that's going on. So this is what I want to talk about next. So they saying your girl Cam, right? They say your girl Cam is the front runner for 2028. They saying Cam will be the front runner for 2028 so far by polls. Now we all know from the election, you should not ever
according to a new
listen to a poll. I'm gonna say it again. We know from the election, you should never listen to a poll, because the polls be so full of shit. I ain't never been asked for. They never asked me about a poll. I never been asked about some surveys that I hear on the radio or for vaccines or on TV. I ain't never been asked for any of those things. I don't even know anybody that participated in clinical trials. None of this stuff. They just be pulling this shit out their ass and they just tell us stuff, and we so dumb and stupid we just go for it, because like I said, it's too many people that we know that has never participated or in these trials, in these surveys or nothing like that. So they just be putting stuff. But now we got another poll for some odd reason. They putting it back up, but we're gonna watch it.
New poll, Kamala Harris is now the 2028 frontrunner. The word salad queen who fumbled the ball and couldn't articulate a single policy without telling us about her being a middle-class kid, garnering 41%, with Gavin Newsom coming in second. It's been 2 weeks. Is Kamala Harris going to get a third shot in 2028 from the Democrats?
A third shot. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I was Kamala, I'm gonna sit down somewhere. She's 60 years old. She'll be 64 by the time she get ready to run again. You don't want to do that. You're going to have to be on a campaign trail 2 years. And it's going to even look even worse on you because you did so bad in 2020? And now all of a sudden you're the front runner again because you're quote unquote black and you're going to be the first black female president. Come on now. Let's stop it.
I would doubt it. I mean, this is usually how it goes. I mean, she's top of mind for everyone. She just ran. I think it's probably more likely, and they're sniffing around the possibility of her running for California governor than coming back to do this. But I think that the 2028 primary is going to be full of very interesting characters with a lot of good stuff to run on. And you saw that at the DNC. People like Josh Shapiro, Gretchen Whitmer, Wes Moore, Gavin Newsom, people with great executive experience and records to show off. What I did think was interesting to see today, so Dan Osborne, who was the independent candidate in Nebraska, running against Deb Fisher, he narrowly lost, a union leader.
So do y'all think, y'all put in a one in the comment section, do y'all think she gonna run? Y'all think she running for presidency in 2028, or y'all think she gonna go sit down? Put a 2 if y'all, put a 1 if you think she is, put a 2 if you don't think she gonna run again. I don't think she want to come back either. I think she wanted to win, but I don't think she wanted to be the president, if that makes sense. Like, she didn't want the day-to-day task of being a president, but it'll just feel good for her. So when she play with her roles at night, you know, she can have something to, you know, get her going and get her wet. Oh, I won presidency. And then she'll get Doug to come in there dressed up as Marilyn Monroe, and then he'll sing, "Oh, Mrs. President, Mrs. President." That's what she want to do. She don't really care about winning.
Or a Navy veteran, someone who wouldn't associate with either party at all, just launched a new group to get more working class candidates on the ballot. And I think that that's the kind of energy that'll be really good for the Democratic Party.
Like I said, I don't think she's gonna run. I don't think she wants to. They might push her back out there, which would be crazy. Which would be crazy for her because I don't understand what she would have to offer people or what people will want from her other than the same old rhetoric, black woman, black, all of that. So, like I said, I can't see a reason why. And like I said, y'all make sure, and I'm gonna say this again, y'all make sure if y'all want to donate to the channel, if y'all missed the first beginning, donate to the channel because we're going to get a gift to Vladimir Putin. We're going to send a gift to Vladimir Putin, and we're going to tell him that we're sorry for Joe Biden actions because we're not trying to go to World War III. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to send it to his address, and on the behalf of the American people, we're going to tell them we're sorry. We ain't trying to go to World War III. Yeah, I told it, like I said, if you just peruse Twitter enough or X enough, you can see that everybody ready for them to get out the house. We ain't fucking with them. We know the Democratic Party is full of BS, and it's crazy that Joe Biden will want to go and throw shit against the wall for the Trump administration to have to come clean it up. You walk in the door like, oh, what is that smell? Like, this is really what it smells like. Wars is looming. We don't want that. We do not want that, and it got to be a time where Trump and Biden need to have a boxing match. They just got to. Like, if you leave me with something like, I got to put these hands on you, that'll be a good boxing match. I think, I don't know, Sleepy Joe his cognitive ability is a little slow. His cognitive ability is a little, just a tad bit off. But I'm finna get up out of here, guys. It was great. A great show. I appreciate everybody. If you're watching on X, come over here on YouTube and make sure y'all follow the page on YouTube. That way y'all can get the notification. If you're watching right now on Facebook, y'all make sure y'all like the video. Also, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all share the video. And I will be back. What tomorrow? Thursday? Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, Thursday. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate the help. I really appreciate the help that you give me on this channel. It's greatly appreciated. Anybody else that want to support, like I said, you can hit the super chat or you can hit the cash app. Also, we're gonna put this money in so we can give it to to Vladimir. That's what we needed. That's what we need to do. Get that shit to Vladimir so we can say, hey, we sorry. We ain't gonna do nothing else. We gonna kick Joe Biden ass. Okay. So it's a New Normal podcast, and we gone. Peace.